Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to today's episode of Game Poke, the show where we cover gaming related topics and talk a lot of old bollocks. And today's bollocks is something everyone will enjoy. I hope. Anyway, we're going to be talking about 15, why 15, I'll tell you in a minute, 15 random Sega games. Now, some of you may know that recently I went on a vacation, a holiday, and I brought, the essentials. A CRT and a megadrive. Also with a Master System converter, because some of the games we're talking about today are Master System. Only a few. We'll cover the Master System ones and we'll cover the megadrive ones. But why 15? Why the fuck 15? Well, that's because 15 is the maximum amount I could fit into this thing. The Sonic the Hedgehog Sound Zone cassette bag. This was for audio cassettes, so if you listened to your Walkman back in the day, you could put your favourite cassettes in one of these. Cassettes and cassette racks, a bit of a giveaway, but I think everyone knows this now, so I don't feel like I'm betraying any collectors out there. Mega Drive cartridges, Master System cartridges are very close in size to that of an audio cassette tapes case, so they all fit into one of these racks, as it were. They're fantastic for collecting the games. I mean, I have some downstairs, as you may have seen in previous collection videos. If you would like to check that out, just go on the channel. They're very easy to find. Check out a collection video rather than me piss about with links and then forget about links and fuck the damn links. So anyway, let's get into it. I brought 15 games on holiday with a CRT. The wife was so pleased I brought a television in the back and a slightly robust one at that. Anyway, games. First one on the list is one of my favourite Master System games, Shanghai. Now this game is brilliant for chilling out to, if you know the rules. Luckily, this game gives you a video tutorial at the very start, and it's simple as fuck. Anyone can figure it out. Seriously, anyone. You, your granddad, your kids, any bugger can figure it out. One thing you do need to know, though, is this game is one of them weird Master System games that only works with the Master System controller. If you try it with a Mega Drive controller, it won't go left or right. It'll go up and down, but it won't go left and right. I don't know why, but yeah. So make sure you've got a real Master System controller when playing this game. Visually, it's quite basic. I mean, it's just the same fucking image of all these tiles in the same pattern. There's many other Mahjong/Shanghai games out there where you can play different sorts of, I don't know what you call it, arrangements for the tiles. But in this one, it's the standard one, which I believe is called Turtle. Because apparently that looks like a turtle to people. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know. I don't fucking know. The game is dead fun. You can get lost in it quite easily. You'll find yourself addicted to it. At least I have. Very good game to bring with you on holiday in this format or any other. The next game is Miss PacMan for the Master System. Now this game can be played with any controller, so here you'll see me with my arcade stick, my custom one. If you would like to know how I made this awesome arcade stick, there is a recent video for that. If I remember, I'll put a link. If not, fuck you. Don't care. Miss PacMan! This one I brought along for the wife. She's a big fan of Miss PacMan, and I thought this would chill her out. She actually didn't end up playing it. She was quite busy playing other games on holiday. She played something called Nexomon on the Switch. It's a game I got a while ago and tried it. I'm a dick. She says she wanted to give it a go. Go ahead, please play it, because I'm not. So, But Miss Pac-Man's one of them games that visually looks awesome. Sound-wise is pretty good for the Master System. But at the end of the day, it's Miss Pac-Man. There's 1,000 different fucking Miss Pac-Mans out there and 1,000 different things, so why go into this in more detail? It's a Pac-Man game. Next is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Master System. Now, I have never tried to hide it. I am a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Master System. So why the shit did I bring Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Master System? Well, it's very simple. I grabbed the wrong fucking cartridge. Good thing about Master System games, they all look near enough the same. There's no artwork on the cartridges. You think, well, how would you know when you took it out of the case? Yes, but if you see now, this Master System here normally has a stack of games next to it for me to chill out to. The games aren't in their cases. These are loose cartridges I found over the years and in car boot sales, old charity shops where they're selling them literally for just a couple of quid each time. You think, I'll have another copy of Sonic. I'd play it to fuck. If it ever broke, I'd be gutted. Same with a bunch of games. I have 2 Shanghais, one in the case and all that, and another one that's loose, just because I found one dirt cheap. Also have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 that I found dirt cheap. I wasn't looking. I picked up Sonic 2, thinking I'd grab 1. So when I got there thinking I'll chill out to one of my favourite games, I couldn't. not going to go into more detail about Sonic 2. Maybe one day I'll do a Let's Play of it. That's that. Bastard. Fucking stupid bastard I am. Next game is Cloudmaster. Now, Cloudmaster is a fantastic shmup. It's one I've mentioned in Sega Head shmup videos in the past. Channel, if you want to find these things. I guess I'm doing a lot of name drops unintentionally, but stuff I've covered before in certain ways, in certain places. Cloudmaster is an awesome game, works very well with the arcade stick. It's great fun, and it was just, if I wanted a game that was just like, put it on for 5 minutes. If I had 5 minutes free between doing holiday stuff, I thought that's a fun one. Graphically, nice. Visually, nice, in other words. Musically, all awesome. Gameplay, great fun. Nice, short, sweet little game. Highly recommend it. No idea what it costs now, so for all I know, it could be an expensive game. Fuck knows. Next is one of the all-time greatest Master System games ever. That's right, it's Dragon Crystal. I fucking love Dragon Crystal. There's no better way to describe it other than the fact that it's just purely amazing. I love that game. It's great. Its spiritual successor, don't be put off by this, spiritual successor is Fatal Labyrinth on the Mega Drive. I fucking hate that one. Such a disappointment when I heard there's a spiritual successor to fucking Dragon Crystal. I need it. Bought it, played it. I hate it. Burn it. Fucking thing let me down. What a sucky game. But Dragon Crystal is great. It's a game that's got a built-in randomizer, so memory, trying to remember stuff in this game, won't serve you too well, which is probably why I like it, because I'm thick as fuck. The game's based on luck, which is why I've never completed it, because I'm fucking unlucky as fuck. But Dragon Crystal's a great game. Visually, again, kind of simple. The background changes a bit from time to time, but not a lot. You get followed by an egg, which becomes a dragon, because reasons, because story, because video game name. The gameplay itself, I could play this for ages, but the weird thing is you can put it on and one time you could be playing for a full hour, giving it your all. Next time you turn it on, you could be playing for 6 minutes before you are completely annihilated. If you'd like to know more, then let's play on this one. Links and shit in the description, maybe. Yeah. Final Master System game is Bobble. Now, Bobble is my wife's favourite Master System game. When we first got together, I tried getting her into retro games, and I kept striking out. She tried a game, didn't like it. Tried a game, didn't like it. Tried a game, didn't like it. And it kept happening. And then one day, I said, how about this one? It's Bobble. It's one of the only two-player games on Master System I can think of right now. She hates the Master System controller. She says, shit, D-pad's crap. It's like, here, have a Mega Drive one then. Try that. We completed the game. We didn't get the great ending, but we completed the game. We had great fun doing it, so fuck the ending. She loves Bobble. Her favourite Master System game. And for that, brought it along, because if there was an evening where the kids would just shut the fuck up and go to bed on time, like they do that, we'd get to chill out, and one of the options of things to do was Bobble. Great music, great gameplay. I think there's a new one on the Switch now. In fact, I know there is. I have it in the collection. Dickhead. Have I played that one much? No. When we play Bobble, it's always a Master System one. And I will never complain at that. Before I move on to the remaining games of this list, which are Mega Drive games, I will state one more Master System game. I found one in a pre-owned gaming shop when I was out on holiday. It was fucking awesome to find one I don't have in a collection. Summer Games. It's one of them games that hasn't been purchased for the collection simply because it's a sports game and I don't really give a fuck. Visually, it is pretty good. I can't deny it does look really good. Musically, it's nothing memorable, but it's nothing bad. Gameplay, dog shit. It's a sports game, so it was always gonna be dog shit. It's not fun. It's one of them ones that I got it for £8 off the top of my head. On eBay, it's worth like 10 to 15. I thought that's cheaper than anywhere else, so I will have that one, take it home and put it on the shelf. Sometimes being a collector is fucking stupid, but I can look on the bright side. At least I don't collect for Mega Drive solely, because then I'd be skinned. First of the Mega Drive games, Arrow Flash. Now, Arrow Flash is an awesome game where you can use the normal controller or an arcade stick. Reason why I love this shooter so much is, aside from the fact that it looks great and plays great, is it has a fair difficulty setting. Normally a shmup has one or two settings. One, boring, transbot anyone, or the more commonly known difficulty, fuck you, can't be done. Arrow Flash can be done. You can make the game as easy as you like, and you have the luxury, say if you don't have a turbo controller, because my arcade stick doesn't have a turbo button built into it, you can just go to, what's it called in the game? Turbo Shot, Turbo Fire? I forget. But just hold the button, keeps firing. It's a game where you can pick the difficulty you want for whatever mood you're in. If you want a challenge, have it on a challenging setting. If you just want to play a game, put it on whatever the fuck, you know. Looks great, sounds great. If you want to get a shmup for the Mega Drive, I highly recommend this one, because I don't think it costs a lot, even these days, and you won't be disappointed. The simple settings, the settings of all things is what sells this game. You can make it a much easier game or a much more difficult game, depending how you want it. You've got the ability to transform from robot thing to ship. It's got an awesome anime cutscene at the start. Which, seriously, normally when there's something like that at the start of a Mega Drive game, it means it's Japanese only and it costs a bomb, because fuck you. Arrow Flash doesn't. Arrow Flash, get it. Next game, I cheated. That's right, I fucking cheated. It's a multi-cut. But it's an official one from back in the day. Alright? It's not like I bought my fucking EverDrive with me, which PS I wouldn't, because if anything happened to that, my Retard would kill me. Out of the games on this Mega Games 6 cartridge, many of them are shit. World Cup Italia 90, don't give a fuck. Super Hang-On, take it or leave it. The Revenge of Shinobi. I know a lot of people like Shinobi, and you would think if you're a Master System guy, you have to love Shinobi because it's the law. Well, I don't, so fuck you. I don't like Shinobi games. They're just not my style of gaming. Bollocks to it. But Columns is always a good 5-minute wonder, as is Golden Axe. But the main game we played on here was Streets of Rage. And when I say the main game I played, the kids actually played it. I don't think I got to on holiday. It's just bring all these games, you're on holiday to do things you wouldn't normally do, so I didn't get to play this one, but other people did in the family, so I got enjoyed. I should be happy about, but I only care about me being happy, so selfish fucking children. Next game is Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. Now, I think this is a game that people wanted me to do a Let's Play of, but I never actually got round to it. And I think the reason is, ages ago, someone asked me to do Let's Play the game. I got a Tiny Toon game. I think it was the wrong one. Did I get the Game Boy one or the SNES one? I can't remember. I couldn't even tell you what one I'm supposed to do a Let's Play of, because I know I got the wrong one, and then I got the right one. But I can't remember what the right one is, so I still haven't done the fucking Let's Play. If you remember what the fuck, let me know. If it was this one, does this count? Am I done now? No? Right, okay. Just let me know. The game looks good. It plays quite well. I just wish I knew if it was the Tiny Toon I was supposed to be doing a thing of one day. Yeah. Then there's a game we all really got into, Mega Bomberman. Now, Mega Bomberman is the tits. In fact, all Bomberman games are. Well, all the ones I've played. I haven't played the one on the N64. I should imagine it's shit. I think I played one on the GameCube and I didn't like it, actually. Talking about weird old Nintendo ones. Yeah. And I got the first one on Famicom. It's quite fun. It is. A bit challenging. Graphics are a bit wankier, but what do you expect? It's one of them Mega Drive games that has so much colour to it, and a really cool story bit at the start. The music itself does kind of stand out, but at the same time, it's not really memorable. It's just Bomberman. When you're playing Bomberman, you're so focused on what you're doing because it's so easy to fuck up. It's very easy to go, there's an enemy, here's me. I want to put the bomb between me and enemy, and then I run. Oops! I put me between the bomb and the enemy. Dead. That's how I play Bomberman. Marvel at my skills. Next is Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. This, admittedly, is one of them games that I got for the kids to play. I thought I want 2-player games. I want ones where they're going to just shut up for a while. They never do. But at least I could get them to play something. Because in Streets of Rage, they keep grabbing at each other accidentally and then hurting each other, and then they're having a go at each other back and forth. At least in Street Fighter 2, you're meant to beat each other up. So there's that. They enjoyed it. I didn't get to play it. Street Fighter 2 is one of them legendary things that stands out. Unfortunately, this game, as you all know, is not as good as the Game Boy game. The Game Boy game is the superior one. We all know this. Especially Jamie of the Button Bashers. He said many times on record, I love the Game Boy one. Great crack. Next is Shining in the Darkness. Now recently, as some of you may know, that I have actually gone and beaten Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, and I was really chuffed at that, because that's one of them things to say, yes, I beat the first Final Fantasy, and I did it fairly, without any cheating bollocks. But when I beat the game, I still wanted to play more, but there was nothing else to do on the fucking game. Not really, I kind of done it, other than leveling up for no reason, so why bother? So I thought, let's play another RPG to get me going. Probably whatever I pick next wouldn't be one I stuck with to complete, and I was right. The game I picked was Shining in the Darkness, a dungeon crawler that basically continues the old school dungeon movement style that you would find in Phantasy Star 1. I think it originated in Wizardry. I think Wizardry came up with this style of dungeon crawling visual aspect. Phantasy Star brought it to consoles, I believe, in a whole new awesome way. I'm pretty sure Phantasy Star was the first one to do it on a console. I may be wrong, but I think it was. Anyway, Shining in the Darkness just evolved on that, gave it a new style and all that, and it does that cheeky thing that John Carmack, the guy that made Doom and Wolfenstein, he admitted to this. It was a way to get round graphics. When you turn, the walls would move, but the floor and the ceiling would not. It would stay exactly the fucking same. It was quite a clever way to not have to get the screen and all of the computer to do too much shit at once. It's quite evident in Wolfenstein. In Doom, not so evident at times, but it's been done here in Shining in the Darkness. It's a little fun fact that probably wasn't all that fun, but fuck you, you know about it now. Shining in the Darkness, is it a good game? Yes, it's a bloody good game. Is it the weakest in the Shining series? Yes. But that, in all fairness, that's because Shining in the Darkness is a dungeon crawler game. The Shining Force games, right, are tactical RPG games where it's all about the strategy. They're awesome. Shining in the Darkness is awesome, but it's a different style of game completely to the others in the series. I'm glad it changed though. If they were all dungeon crawlers, don't get me wrong, the Shining series is dead as shit, unfortunately, but it would, you see what I mean? That I can't put in the words. You know what I mean, don't you? You know, you're just fucking with me now. You're just waiting for me to be able to say it because I'm slipping up on my own tongue. Shining in the Darkness, dungeon crawler. Shining Force games, not. Next game. Wonderboy in Monster World. Now, I love the Wonderboy games. I have actually completed Wonderboy in Monster World on the Master System. I've never beaten the Mega Drive one, simply because the games are so similar. When you've done one, you don't need to do the other. It's just if you want to. And while we were on holiday, I was meant to be playing Shining in the fucking Darkness. But I decided I didn't feel like it, so I went to another game. Platformer. I'm bloody good at platformers, that's my main strength. Even though RPGs are the thing I like the most, can't be denied I am best at platformers. Wonderboy, Monster World, it's just an easy game for me to go to. I've been having great fun playing it. There's some weird differences between the Mega Drive 1 and the Master System 1. Obviously the graphics are different, but the Master System 1 is quite impressive for its graphics. The Mega Drive 1 is quite good. It's not mind-blowing for Mega Drive, but it's still on the much better side of graphics you can get on the console. I've had a great time playing this game. I'm going to continue. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to see what other differences I encounter. Great fun. It really is. Next game is Arcade Classics. Now, why in the name of steaming shit would I bring this game? I mean, it's got Pong on it. Fucking Pong. Well, the main thing is, we're on holiday in Cornwall. That fucking place has the best arcade in the world. Old school arcade cabinets. I wanted to get the kids in the mood for playing old school arcade games. Then we go there and it'd be so much cooler. So I got them playing Missile Command on Arcade Classics, Pong, there's another one, Breakout, I believe. They didn't play Breakout in the end. They had a lot of fun pissing about playing Pong. Oh, would you believe it? Pong still can be enjoyed by kids, which is great because it's such an important game in video game history. Would you like to know a bit about the arcade before we move on to the last Mega Drive game? Okay, here we go. We were at Retro Blast Coffee, having a ton of fun. I got to have some custom coffees, which I think I put in picture posts on YouTube. One of them is obviously a PacMan ghost. The other one, I asked people, can you tell what it is? And I got many guesses. A lot of them were wrong. It's meant to be one of them 20-sided dice. Few of you got it right. It's not incredibly detailed. In fact, I think someone said it looks a bit like Darth Vader. You're right, it does look a little bit that way if his eyes were shut, which can't be done because it's a fucking mask. But the custom coffee's there, and the Tempest arcade cabinet, which you may have recently seen on a Slice of Retro video. If you want to see that, link in the fucking description. Maybe, if not, look on the channel. Blah, blah, blah. Tempest is great. I had beaten my record and gotten so much closer to beating the main guy's record. The main guy, Kev, turns out that's the guy that runs the cafe, who is a pretty decent bloke, I have to say. I am gutted, though, because I was talking to him saying, right, that's us done. Maybe you'll see us next year, the next vacation when we come here. What? Is this place still going to be here? Yeah, it's still doing good for business. We want to make sure they're all right, and they were doing great. But he says we have to swap out some arcade cabinets. We have to swap out the ones that aren't doing so good because they're not getting in any money. Oh, shit. Okay, what ones aren't doing well? He goes, Wizards of War. No one plays it. Oh, all right, I don't really like that one, so never mind. What else? It says Centipede. I was like, Centipede? Are you getting rid of that? He's like, yeah, no one plays it. It's a shocker. Oh. Okay. I guess the youth for today is stupid, but whatever. And he said, oh, and one more. You're going to hate me for this. He said, don't you fucking dare get rid of Tempest. He says, I may have to get rid of Tempest. No. There'll be no point in me coming here, you cunt. Leave the Tempest machine alone. He says, I don't know. May have to get rid of it. So this might be my highest score ever on Tempest. I might not be able to beat it because it doesn't count what score you get on a console because the control's completely different. You don't have a rotary knob. So I'm gutted if he does that. Absolutely gutted. Now moving on to the final Mega Drive game, it is of course Robocop vs. the Terminator. This is one of my all-time favourite fucking Mega Drive games in the history of Sega. The game is awesome. More gore than Mortal Kombat. More sci-fi than any fucking shooter schmuppy bastard on the console. It's just bloody brilliant. The sound effects are awesome. It's got voice samples in it that don't sound like shit. It's got Arnie in it, who you can kill, and you get to see what Skynet looks like before whatever the fuck the new movie's done to the whole Skynet thing, the Legion and the what. So, I don't know. Yes, I've done a bloody big video on this game. I had to. It's a great game. I'm very happy with that video. It's one of my favourite ones. If I remember, I'll leave a link. The description of this video is going to be nuts. Yay. And I hate doing video descriptions, so I'm fucking shooting myself in the foot here. This game is awesome. I let my son play it a lot, trying to get him to appreciate it. But of course, he hasn't seen the Terminator films. He hasn't seen the Robocop films. Really need to get him old enough to watch some cool shit at last. Like, he wants to play some Alien games, but he doesn't understand what facehuggers are. Like, I'm not describing it. Shut the fuck up and wait till you can see the movie. Alright? There. Sit down, shut up. Eventually, I decided to customise this CRT. I've decided I had so much fun bringing the CRT and the Mega Drive along that I'm going to bring that bloody telly at least. I may change the console. I may bring different ones in the future. Maybe to get families more involved, I might bring Dreamcast or GameCube, N64 for the 4-player slots, of course. So I might go down that route, we'll see. But decided to customise the television cover in fucking stickers, and I managed to get a Retro Blast sticker from, of course, the Retro Blast Coffee Arcade. Aside from that, when we were on holiday, we did have one day where the weather was atrocious. I mean, there was a fair bit of rain. We picked the wrong week to go, but that didn't stop us from having fun. But there was one evening where it was like, holy shit, the heavens have opened and they are pissing on everyone. We couldn't go anywhere or do anything. Luckily, we had my Switch and a docking station. We thought, let's bring that just in case. We played Mario Party. We all sat down and played that. We had good fun. Some of the things that fucking game asks you to do with the controller, some of the twiddly shit, like trying to paddle a boat, it asked me to spin the controller in a really, really weird way. That's not my favourite Mario Party, by the way, the Switch one. Honestly, I still think they haven't beaten Mario Party 8 on the Wii, although the bad thing about Mario Party 8 is that's long. Even if you have it on a lower setting, you still have to play it for at least a fucking hour. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for that. So, yeah. Anyway, that was 15 random games, Sega games, that I brought with me on holiday. And one that I found there. There was also one when I got home, it had been delivered. George Foreman on the Master System. He's so proud of it, he put his name on it. Do you get it? Do you remember the commercial? Fuck you then. I haven't played the game yet, so I can't give you a review. I got it when I got home. I haven't been home long enough to have played it and given a full review. I will not review a game I haven't played. Another day. That's for another day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll remember to put links to all of the bollocks I've mentioned. God, I kind of regret doing that. That's a fuck up. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, click like. If you want to talk about this video in any shape or form, comment. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you have subscribed, get your friend to subscribe. They don't have to like the channel, just make them bastards subscribe. Tell them they don't have a choice. It's this, or they shall be bludgeoned to death with a hammer shaped like a spoon. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.